Hello.
Hi. I'm just wondering what sort of hopes you might have for the Daleks in the future. What sort of challenges would you like to try with them?
Now that you've conquered stairs.
Yeah. They always conquer stairs. They just didn't have the money to show it. Yeah. Well, that's interesting. I quite like the idea. I mean, sorry to go on about Big Finish. Have you ever heard Dalek Empire? No? There's a series I did. And that's all to do with the Daleks being more conniving and more, and they get someone, they invade loads of planets and they get someone to represent their cause to the human beings because they're smart enough to know that them trying to get human beings to knuckle under their regime is never going to work. So they get this woman to do it for them, and she sort of, and they promise that they'll treat people better if she motivates the workforce kind of thing. I quite like that kind of, the Daleks being clever enough to exploit human psychology. So I'd love to see more stuff like that going on. Because the temptation with the Daleks is to just have them say, exterminate, and blow the hell out of people. And they're great at doing that. And it's I love the certainty of that, But yeah, I'd like to see them being a bit more cunning. That's what I'd like. But that's certainly if Stephen Moffat asked me to pitch a story, then certainly I would put myself through the hell of 15 rewrites or whatever it is they do. I'd certainly suggest something like that, really. Yeah, I quite like. There was a story in a British comic called Countdown and TV Action, where the Daleks apparently turned the Doctor's brain into a Dalek brain, and he appeared to be working for them. I thought that might be quite fun as well. Anyway, I'm telling you the plot. Okay.
When you can go see it,
Yeah.
All right, so we got time for about two more of these last two questions here.
Yay!
It is two, not no one behind you, right?
Yes. There we are.
You talked a bit about working with Christopher Eccleston and David Tennant and Billy Piper. What about John Barrowman?
Yeah, what about John Barrowman? Oh, he's big news here, is he? Where's he now, though?
He's actually on Arrow now.
He's on what?
On the new Green Arrow show that's just started for CW.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Is it? Okay. Well, good for him. No, John is lovely though. He's such a laugh. He has a bit of a blasé attitude to everything, Whereas Christopher Eccleston, I remember there was one point where he suddenly realized, because you get your sides, as they call them, to learn every night, where you get these little sort of smaller than A5 bits of the script, and you bring those onto the set, and those are the scenes you're doing that day. And Chris had one of those moments where obviously the volume of lines he was learning was so vast that he'd accidentally turn 2 pages over at a time. And, and when it's stuff like, quick, get down, oh no, here they come, what are we doing? I don't know. That sort of thing. Sometimes it's difficult to follow the thread of a scene. So he'd obviously turned over the page and it made perfect sense without the extra page. And there was this moment we realized on set where he didn't know that page. And I've never heard a man apologize so much and so bitterly and so sincerely. And he kept coming back to it and saying, I'm so sorry, guys, I'm so sorry. Whereas, John Barrowman's kind of like, okay, they go, action, he goes, okay, wow, what is it again? Oh, shit, okay, look at his ass, no, I'm watching porn on my computer, you get all that with John all the time, and you could see Chris kind of going, okay, so completely the opposite in the way they were. I think they still got on and had a laugh. I mean, I remember that he pretended that he'd broken wind inside the TARDIS prop, which Billy Piper was going, making a big laugh about it, but you could tell Chris wasn't amused at all,
He was having none of this.
Yeah, but then John Barrowman explained that he hadn't really. But he's really, he's always been lovely to me whenever I've met him. Yeah, I seem to remember he sort of, he's always rearranging my collars on my, like they're not, it's all a bit, come here, Nick, let me sort that out for you. No, he's lovely, really. And also, so he's famously got, I think it's a pink Dalek in his house or something. Yeah, because his PA contacted me well, I spoke to him at a screening for Torchwood, and he said, "Oh, would you mind if I contacted you to get you to do some Dalek voices?" And I said, "Well, I don't want to do anything too off-brand because I don't want to lose my job, you know, because they're quite strict about what the Daleks can and can't say, you know." And I thought if a lot of famous people go visiting John Barrymore and say, and they start, you know, talking publicly about what they heard the Daleks say. And they sent me a list of everything that they wanted me to say. And I said, I can't say.
No,
yeah,
no. Oh, my God, no.
I said, I kind of see where you're going. So I said things like, you know, weaponry check positive, you know, firing on, you know, just anything that sounded vaguely obscene that wasn't actually. But he's great, a great laugh. It's such a, yeah, I like people who make the working atmosphere more jolly, and he really does do that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello. You sort of mentioned that the BBC has no money. But,
That's what they keep telling my agent.
But it seems like Doctor Who lately keeps getting like bigger and bigger and bigger. So do you sort of feel like people are more willing to donate their time to work on the show because it's such a like beloved cultural icon that maybe they'd say like, oh well, yeah, like, I can do that, and sort of like,
I think they're very
contribute
good
their
at
work?
engaging people's enthusiasm, and I think people put their heart and soul into it. I mean, I know, for example, with Russell T Davies and Julie Gardner, they used to give the Mill, the visual effects CGI people, sort of a degree of creative autonomy, because rather than constantly saying, "Oh, we need that bit," to give them the incentive to go that extra mile, they'd say, "Well, you know, we need something like this. Just go crazy and give it." And you know, they all loved Doctor Who. The reason the Mill were doing Doctor Who is because Dave Houghton, who was the visual effects supervisor, was a massive, massive Doctor Who fan, and he just said, "We just have to do it," you know, and so. I don't know about their budgets. I mean, in terms of British television budgets, as Caro Skinner, one of the current execs, said, that, you know, at a convention recently, she said, you know, we do get a lot of money to make Doctor Who compared with other shows, but still, for the kind of show it is, it's still really tight. And so they're always trying to make economies. But I think it's the love of it. And also they've developed ways of doing it that save money. I think their current designer is very smart about reusing stuff and making it look different. He on Asylum of the Daleks, he did this amazing thing where he built one set inside another, which saved time. And time, as you probably know, time is money. And you know, and so they filmed the first bit and think, well, how are they going to? They've got to strike this and then build the next one, and they didn't. They just moved that one away, and there the next one was above it. You know, and stuff like that saves you a ton of money. And I think it's just, you know, clever people getting better and better at their jobs enables that. And you're right, they do look bigger. They are, as they said, like little movies. There's nothing else like it on British television, really, for looking so spectacular, you know. Is that all right? Good.
Well, let's give him a round of applause for answering all our questions. What's that? That's good. And just because of comedy rules of 3, what was the address for Big Finish again?
It's bigfinish.com. Yeah, Doctor Who, Stargate, Sherlock Holmes, Highlander. Yeah, all sorts of stuff going on there. Dark Shadows.
I'm sorry, who's Sherlock Holmes again?
I play Sherlock Holmes. I've just finished doing a theatre tour of it. I just finished it, came straight here. My wife's forgotten what I look like, so I must get on a plane very soon.
Well, once again, thank you very, very much for doing this. And
thank you all. Thank you. I've had a wonderful time. Thanks.
Exterminate! Exterminate! Exterminate!
Hal-Con!